What if Ruby was in the Land Before Time 7, The Stone of Cold Fire? Part 3. In the cave, Ruby gasped and clutched her chest, her heart beating loudly. Chomper! Just a dream. She peered around, and her gaze fell upon a pile of greens. Ducky, Petrie, and Spike enjoyed the feast set before them. Littlefoot and Sarah rose, digging in and letting out satisfied sighs. Wiping her eyes, Ruby only took a few steps before she noticed someone darting behind a set of rocks. Someone is here! Here someone is! Let's get 'em! Might be those flyers! Sarah charged after the speedy Ruby. The quickest among the gang, Ruby jumped and tackled the being down, raising her fists, ready to knock the bill off a flyer. She held back and gasped, for before her was not a flyer, but a rainbow face. Gracious, no wonder he likes you. The male rainbow face peered up at Ruby. Jonathan, you help them. It was the female rainbow face. She scurried out to scold him. Well, yes, Nancy. She and the group, they were friends with the boy. When Ruby stepped back, he rose. Nancy and Jonathan whispered back and forth, clearly knowing something the gang didn't. If you're here, you might as well help us, Sarah snapped. Very well, we will help. Nancy gestured for them to follow her. Jonathan walked alongside Ruby, motioning her to take a moment. Miss Ruby, might I trouble you with a question in regard to the sharp tooth? Chomper? Yes, it seems the boy is sweet on you, and you can clearly take care of yourself along with those you care for. I apologize for even bothering you. It's just been so long since I've seen him. Ruby found it odd the way Jonathan spoke, almost as though he had some relationship with Chomper. Out of all the gang, you show no fear, not even the slightest towards him. It's amazing how your prey instincts don't take over and, well, I shouldn't say too much. It'd be telling. Mr. Rainbow Face, I could never be afraid of someone I deeply care for. No matter what anyone says, no matter what nature tells me, I would travel the greatest of lengths to reach and save Chomper, because I know if he were in my place, he would do the very same thing for me. Ruby's face flushed, and she lowered her gaze. It is shameful for me to harbor such feelings for him. He is just a boy. Given you view yourself as his protector, perhaps it is time to even the playing field. My friends. Don't worry. We'll catch up with them in no time. Do you trust me, Miss Ruby? She scanned Jonathan over, and when his eyes met hers, there was something familiar about them. Why, they reminded her of Chomper's gaze, soft, tender, and assuring. With a nod, she watched his hand reach up, his finger tapping her forehead. The world around her vanished, and she found herself somewhere strange, unlike anything she'd ever seen before. The ground was smooth, a kind of rock that Ruby never knew existed. Strange shapes were scattered about, and through a clear surface was darkness, vast, with stars that twinkled brightly. Where am I? Miss Ruby, Nancy and I are from beyond, the mysterious beyond. The others, Chomper! Time has frozen, out there, but in here it doesn't exist. In this craft, Nancy and I can go from world to world. Why are you sharing this with me? Because you display intelligence. You and Chomper's fate are intertwined, and because of that, you'll need some assistance to stand by the predator you care for. What followed was vivid in the moment, but when Ruby opened her eyes and was back in the cave, it seemed like a dream. Jonathan was there, offering her a smile. She took a breath and glanced to her side, noticing objects within her hands. One was a long stick with a sharpened rock tied to the end. The second was a curved stick with a string tied from end to end. On her back was something that held tiny sticks with pointed tips, and around her chest was a tiny, tooth-like dagger. Now you are ready. What are they called? What do you call these strange things? In short, weapons. Catching up to the gang, Sarah and Spike pushed a great rock into a long shaft, the rock sitting in place before they climbed in. Ruby was by their side. The rainbow faces stood on the outside. "You're not coming?" "No room. Good luck." Jonathan grinned at Ruby, helping Nancy close the opening. Unsure what was going to happen, they waited. The rock trembled, then it rose higher and higher, the gang lifted and blown outward of the cave. They managed to climb off the rock and discovered they were atop of Three Horn Peak. Above, the rock was no longer hovering and fell. Petrie rubbed his eyes and struggled to rise, glancing up to see the boulder head his way. Instinctively, Sarah lunged forward and pushed him out of the way before the rock collided where he once lay. "Sarah, you saved me!" "Yeah, well, that's what the muscle does, take care of the weaker members of the group." Petrie hugged her, to which Sarah only groaned and leaned into him. "Hey guys, look at that!" Littlefoot stood over a disturbance in the rock. "It can't be." Following it, Littlefoot gasped when he spotted it. "There it is!" "Not so fast." They froze when they saw Toronto. "We got here first, so it's ours." "What if I were to crush your head under my foot?" Sarah snorted. "Well, that might be a bad idea." "Don't want nobody to get hurt." From behind a formation of rocks, Sierra and Rinkus stepped out. Between them was Chomper, with vines looped around his neck, helpless to escape the pair. "If you hurt him, I'll hurt you." "No, Ruby!" It took Littlefoot, Sarah, and Spike to hold the enraged Ruby back. "I gotta say, I never saw Ruby mad, and I don't think I ever want to see her mad again. And coming from me, that's saying a lot," Sarah remarked as she pushed to keep Ruby back from attacking the flyers. From the gang, Petrie darted forward to face his uncle. "Stop this, Uncle Toronto!" Toronto froze. "Ever since me little, me look up to you, Uncle. Used to think you brave, good, was supposed to be leader. But looking at you now, me feel only shame. You take future mate, you threaten and hurt friend Chomper. That thing is a sharptooth, a killer of our kind's a monster. No, he twice male you ever be. Chomper is good, save us many times, help us. And you only want Rock to hurt others. You no intend to help anyone but yourself." "I'm doing this for the good of all flyers." Toronto spun about, only for Petrie to attack him from behind. Uncle and nephew rolled along the rock, Petrie throwing a punch across Toronto's bill. Shocked by the fight, Ruby managed to slip between her friends and headed for the pair of flyers. Both gasped and jumped back when she swung a spear at them. The flyers ran for it, Ruby chasing them about. Petrie and Toronto continued to tussle, till Toronto threw Petrie off, rushing to the stone. "Oh, stone of cold fire, bestow me your gifts!" He slowly touched the rock and smiled. "See, it does not burn me. I've been chosen. Now allow me to have the power." All froze, waiting for something to happen, yet nothing did. "Ha! I knew it. I knew it all along. It was just a dumb old rock. But no, none of you wanted to listen to me. Had you, we wouldn't even be in this mess." "Sarah kind of has a point. She does. I hate it when she's right," Littlefoot uttered, while Sarah held a pleased grin. "Out of the way, Toronto." Sarah whipped the blood from his bill, receiving several hits from an enraged Ruby. "Come on, you stupid rock, give me the power." No, give the power to me." Rushing to Chomper, Ruby worked to cut him loose. He trembled and leaned into her. "I'm sorry. I led them to it. I'm so sorry." "No need to be sorry. You don't have to be sorry at all, Chomper." Ruby held him close, feeling him nuzzle into her. The ground rumbled, and everyone froze. "What was that?" "Maybe the stone of cold fire is magical." "Maybe Three Horn Peak is about ready to erupt." "Me like magic idea better." The tremors became intense, Ducky slipping and tumbling off the side, clutching desperately to the ledge. Closer to her than the gang, Toronto froze and the image of the dinosaur flashed before him. Unable to hang on, Ducky fell. "Ducky!" the gang called. A hand clasped upon Ducky, holding and keeping her from falling. With a heave, Toronto lifted and pulled her up. You saved me. You did. "Well, you ought to be part of our family." "Yeah, that's nice and all, but we need to get out of here." "There is a pathway. Follow me." Toronto flew up, and the gang hurried down the rocky path. Lower and lower they went, hearing a massive explosion. Bits of the stone of cold fire whizzed by. Rinkus and Sierra found themselves flung into a wall of rock. Three-Horn Peak spewed, and there was no more time. Toronto forced to dive to avoid being struck by the flames. A river was below, and with time running out, they all jumped and plunged into the water. Since Chomper wasn't the best swimmer, Ruby and Ducky aided him to the far side. From where they stood, they saw Three-Horn Peak crumble. From the sky, a figure landed, turning out to be Petrie's mother. "Oh, you're safe." She looked at them and her gaze fell on Ducky. "Your mother will be so happy you're safe. Along with your parents, Chomper." When she noticed Chomper's haggard state, body bruised, a nice shiner, not to mention he shook uncontrollably, she spun to face Toronto. "As for you, brother, I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt. We'll decide your fate back at the Great Valley." Under the watchful eye of his sister, Toronto and the gang headed home, leaving Three-Horn Peak behind them. As they went, Sarah looked at Chomper. "Chomper, you look horrible. Well, worse than usual." "Sarah!" "It's true. Are we just going to act like he's not in bad shape?" I'm just hungry. That's all." "Well, don't look at me." "Pay her no mind, Chomper." Ruby helped him along. Once at the Great Valley, all were questioned and told of the events as they happened. In short, it was not looking good for old Toronto, and with the absence of his colleagues, he'd take the brunt of the punishment and blame. When Chomper was called forth, there was a collection of gasps. Chomper needed help to walk, was too sore and exhausted to move on his own. "I say we turn Toronto over to the sharp-teethed parents." All turned to Mr. Three-Horn. "What? You all thinking the same thing?" "Toronto didn't do this to me. And he saved Ducky. So there's nothing more to add." Chomper kept it brief, was too tired to say any more. "Since you saved the young ones, your punishment will be reduced." Toronto offered a relieved expression at Grandpa Longneck. "You will be banished to the mysterious beyond for 5 cold times." "That's so long." "Yes, and some think it should be much longer." With the sentence stated, Toronto said goodbye to Petrie. "I'll be back. Will prove myself. It's thanks to you, Petrie, I know what true courage is." Hugging his nephew, Toronto took to the sky and left. Leaving the meeting place, several prepared for the full moon and the exchanging of the pebbles. All the while, Ruby helped Chomper back to the secret caverns. His parents strangely left the meeting place quickly. Ruby's parents stayed to help set up for the special night. Lumbering along, Chomper huffed and collapsed. "Chomper!" Ruby knelt to brush his cheek. "They didn't feed me. I'm okay." "Wait here." Ruby lifted her spear and stabbed a few fish, offering them to Chomper. You might want to look away. I don't want to disgust you by eating." "It's okay. It doesn't bother me. It has never bothered me." With a lower gaze, he turned slightly before he opened his jaw to bite and chew the fish. Ruby was curious and peered in closer, amazed by how quick he ate, licking the blood from his muzzle. Spear in hand, she left to get him more food, making a few trips till he was full. "Thank you, Ruby. But if you're here, you're going to be late for the ceremony." "There's no one there for me anyway." "Except Hip." Chomper offered her a small smirk. "That's not funny. Unfunny, that is." Helping him once more, Ruby noticed a familiar pair talking with Chomper's parents. "Huh, Wonder how the rainbow faces got back here so fast. As they got closer, Chance and Charity offered a small, sad set of expressions. Ruby stood back, Chomper going to talk with not only his parents but the rainbow faces. Watching, Ruby didn't butt in, noticing they went back and forth. All the while Chomper held a worried expression, occasionally glancing over at Ruby. When all was said and done, Chomper approached her. So, ready to head to the ceremony? I'm leaving, Ruby. To the mysterious island? He shook his head. No, I'm going beyond the mysterious beyond, with my other parents. Apparently, the stone of cold fire was a signal to my folks that the rainbow faces were arriving to take me away. I don't understand. Understand I don't. How can you have two sets of parents? What do you mean you're leaving? They will explain it all to me, and they want me to learn about my powers. Ruby's jaw dropped. It'll be good, Ruby. And goodbye is not forever. In fact, I got this for you. It's not like an engagement pebble. It's more like a promise, a symbol of our friendship. Within his hands, he revealed a piece of the stone of cold fire. I got this and figured it was perfect, that no matter how far apart we are, we'll always be best friends. Oh, Chomper. She took and clutched the piece close. How long will you be gone? Not too long. He held her hands. This might be good for us. Yeah, separation never hurts, I guess. I will come back. We will see each other again. They leaned in and hugged each other tightly. Chomper going to embrace his parents, who cried and watched him go to the rainbow faces. A light from above consumed them, and in a blink of an eye, all three were gone. Ruby's gaze went toward the sky, spotting an object that glowed and flew off out of sight. Still clutching the bit of stone of cold fire, Ruby made her way to the ceremony. There, several males offered their future mates pebbles. Well, Sarah, I hope you like it. Sarah examined the pebble Littlefoot gave her with an unimpressed expression. Much like you, I suppose it'll have to do. Guess that's as close to a yes as I'll get. Petrie, despite still missing his uncle, lifted his hand to give Ducky a smooth rock, most likely plucked from the water. Here, Ducky, hope you accept me as future mate. Petrie, I knew I loved you since we first met. Yep, yep, yep. Throwing her arms around him, her bill kissed his beak. With a soft expression, Ruby jumped when someone tapped her shoulder. It was Hip, who offered her a rough-looking rock. Hey, Ruby, do you accept this as a symbol of my undying love and whatnot? Sorry, Hip. I'm not here for the pebble ceremony. I'm only here to support my friends. Come on. At least hold on to it. He smiled and drew closer to her, taking and placing it in her palm. I didn't see the little monster, so clearly he doesn't want you. But I do, and I'll always be here for you. Without another word, Hip shuffled off, and Ruby clutched another rock. She looked to the sky, knowing somewhere out there was Chomper and the rainbow faces. Still, she smiled and joined in on the merriment, supporting and being there for her friends. And eventually, Ruby knew that Chomper would come back, and she would greet him. It means that I have won forever, and my love alone I know. 'Cause now and forever, and ever, and ever, and ever, and ever, and ever, and ever with you. Well, everyone, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to get all the updates on my YouTube channel. And I'm a small one, so all the support I can get helps. Till next time.
Nobody listens to me, don't hear a single thing I say. Say anything to me, anything to get you from my head. Don't know how it really feels, 'cause it's a faith that makes like I don't care. Don't know how much it hurts to turn around like you were never there, like somehow you could be replaced. And I could walk away from the promises we made and swore we'd never break. I thought I lost you when you ran away to try to find me. I thought I'd never see your sweet face again. I turned around and you were gone, and on the days went. But I kept the moments that we were in. 'Cause I hoped in my heart you'd come back to me, my friend, and now I've got you. But I thought I lost you. I felt so empty out there, and there were days I had my doubts, but I knew you'd find me somehow, because I knew I couldn't live without you in my life for one more day. And I swore I'd never break those promises we made. I thought I lost you when you ran away to try to find me. I thought I'd never see your sweet face again. I turned around and you were gone, and on the days went. But I kept the moments that we were in. 'Cause I hoped in my heart you'd come back to me, my friend, and now I've got you. But I thought I lost you. I told myself I wouldn't sleep till I searched the world from sea to sea. I made a wish upon a star and turned around and there you were. Now here we are. Here we are. I thought I lost you. I thought I lost you too. I thought I lost you. I thought I lost you. Yeah. I thought I lost you when you ran away to try to find me. I thought I'd never see your sweet face again. I turned around and you were gone, and on the days went. But I kept the moments that we were in. And I knew in my heart you'd come back to me, my friend, and I've got you. But I thought I lost you. But I thought I lost you. I thought I lost you too. So glad I've got you, got you. So glad I've got you. I thought I lost you. I thought I lost you too.